Hello, everyone. How are you all today? Time really flies. I just went to the mall and bought some supplies that I needed, and had to rush back because it was almost time. So let's get into our theme for today, and it looks very similar to. It looks a bit similar to the morning one, but it is different. So the theme here is my first love. Oh Maya, Pita, how are you doing, Pita? Theme. How are you feeling now, Pita? Much better. Okay. Any dizziness? Hello, Pita. Hello, Maya. Are you still having dizziness, Pita? Not much. Okay. What about the tremors? Have the tremors stopped? Okay, only twice. So that's good. Time flies so quickly. I just about had time to remove the things I brought, put them away, uh, rushed in for a quick shower, and changed my clothes and came here. 25 and 33. Now, I was just trying to make some calculations. Like yesterday, I had 625 watch hours. So I was expecting to have a lot more watch hours today because I had about 9 hours yesterday. 9 hours yesterday and 11 hours this morning. Good, no? This morning was 11 hours. So 9 plus 11, about 20 hours. And though it says 9 hours this morning, it says 9 hours, but later on when I looked at the video, it had gone up because other people are watching the replay, right? So it had gone up to 13 hours. So I should have got almost something like 23 hours today. I got only 9 hours. Only 9 hours. I really don't understand YouTube. I really don't understand YouTube. Anyhow, what can I say? What can I do, right? Nothing. So just wait and see now next time what happens. Tomorrow, tomorrow evening, what happens. Yeah, so today's theme is a little different. It looks similar to mornings, but it's just a slight difference. So we'll just wait for a few more to come. Let's see. But you can think about it. Peter, you can think about it like my first love. And can we have many first loves? Can we have many first loves? Yeah, but I'm just trying to understand how the calculation goes. Like, see, last time when I made the calculation, it was exact, right? I got 12 hours. I had 613, so I got 625. So that came correct. So what happened now? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Did you think anything about today's theme? Anything you want to comment? Anything you want to say? So at least one more day break you have tomorrow. So that is good. So. Thought about anything for the today's theme? So personal. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So let me start with something about that. Okay. You don't have to give names. You don't have to give anything. But let me put it another way. My way of thinking. Okay. My way of thinking. So before I go on to talk about my first love, all right, we look at it only from one particular angle, my first love. So that is like boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. But is that your real first love? Would you consider that as your first love? So just something to think about. So that's why I put it with another question. Can you have many first loves? Can you have many first loves? For me, yes, I can have many first loves. Because if you look at it from one point of view, let's say when I was born, my first love would have been my parents, right? Because love has many forms. Love has many forms. There are many different kinds of love. So when we say my first love, the first thing that goes to our mind is always, oh, boyfriend, girlfriend, first love. But let us think of it in a more general way, out of the box. Think out of the box. I have a video on that as well. Think out of the box. So when we are born, who's our first love? We open our eyes to our parents and they become our first love, right? And if we are the firstborn in the family, then later on our first love would change. To me, that's why I feel there are many kinds of first loves. Then, apart from my parents being my first love, my sibling will now become my first love. It's the first time I'm having siblings, and I will begin to love my siblings. So now they become my love, right? So they were not there before. First, it was my parents, but now it's my siblings. So while I still love my parents, but now I have a newfound love that is my siblings. They are there for me to grow up with, they are there for me to play around with, they are there for me to talk with, they are there to be my first friends. So my siblings would be that. Of course, we don't have siblings, then that's a different thing. But like I'm just saying, generally, I'm just talking. So then that would be my first love. Later on, we develop friends, we have other friends, right? And some of those friends might remain with us as friends for God knows many, many years to come. So then they become our first love. Some of the friends over there now are siblings, like we share our love, right? First we share it with the parents, then with parents and with with our siblings, and then with our friends. And then as we grow up and teenagers and things like that, then of course we fall in love. So then that is again another first kind of love for us, a teenager love, searching for a life partner. Then after that, like we have our own kids. Then again, the love changes, right? From our partner, the focus goes on to the kids. So then they become our first love there. So that's just a way of thinking from my point of view. But yes, when we say first love, we always think straight away about boyfriend girlfriend love, right? So I spoke about all my loves without being anything personal. Got you on that one. It's just that yesterday we were talking, and then suddenly things came about themes, and so I said the morning one. But no matter what, like what anyone says, like like my sister said a lot, you said something, and others said something, and I read something also from the internet and things like that. But for me, I think that question will never be answered. That's what I feel. It can never be answered. You know, that's my point of view. Because my point is not about my point is not about loving yourself first. That's not the point. My point is loving yourself first, which means if you don't love yourself first, you cannot love someone else. I'm talking about that relation. That if you don't love yourself, that means you cannot love somebody else. But it's very hard, I think, to define. Looking after our health, looking after ourselves, looking after all these things, like that is a normal thing. Who wants to, who, of course, there are people who choose otherwise. Drinking, smoking is bad for health, but people will still drink and smoke, right? So, like that, people do things which are not good for their life. But does that mean they don't love other people? Not all people who drink and smoke, are mistreating or ill-treating their wives and kids or their family and kids. No, not everybody is doing that. And if somebody says, "Oh, see, they drink and then they will take out the temper on the wife and the kids," and something like that, well, normally even a bachelor would drink and then get angry with other people around him, right? That is because of the intoxication. At that time, all the things you have pent up inside you comes out. So, for me, that question is something, the relationship between loving yourself, and if you don't, you cannot love somebody else, is, I don't agree with that. Yes, so this is about first love. For me, our first love, the priority of our first love keeps changing throughout our life. Like I remember when my first when my daughter was born, I was very happy. I always wanted a girl. My wife wanted to have a boy, but unfortunately, it was a girl. So I was very happy, very excited about it. And then I remember I think it was yeah, it was about almost 2 years down the line, and then my wife said, "What about a second kid?" And like I said, "Well, why second kid? I have one kid. One kid is more than enough." Like we are not very rich people; we are just middle class, and whatever we are earning, we can give the best to our one child, right? But if we have more than one kid, then whatever we are earning, that has to be divided and distributed with both the kids. So they are not going to get the best. They will get only whatever we can afford as the best for them, but they cannot get the best, right? If we had one kid, we could give everything to the one kid. But now we have to divide what we have between both the kids. So, like, I'm just saying, giving an instance, like, okay, supposing if we could buy a Christmas gift, so we had $500 to spend for a Christmas gift. But now when we have a second kid, then we have to share the $500 between each of the kids. That means 250, 250. So the value of what they get as a gift comes down. We cannot give them something really good. So from that point of view, I feel like focus of love changes. I've seen in Dubai some of these Arab families. They have seven, eight kids. They don't even care when they are crossing a road or they're going somewhere or in the mall. They don't even bother to take care of the kids. Like the kids have to keep, running, running, running behind the parents so that they don't miss out on the parents. And there doesn't seem to be that kind of attachment. Not with all of them, but we have seen in the malls and all. We have seen with some of them. And then some of them, as per their religion, they can have two and three wives, right? So they have so many more kids. So, well, he has to. There's no such thing as his first love. Everybody is his love, right? All his wives have to be equally treated, and all his wives have to become his love. And all the kids he has to become his love. And then sometimes, as they always say, the youngest is the most pampered. I don't know about that, but I was the eldest, so I know the eldest is always suffering. The eldest is always suffering. Hello, hello, where is everyone today? Where is everyone? Where is everyone? Choo, 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 choo. But morning also, right, Peter? Morning it was very slow, but then suddenly it started picking up. Ghost channel. As for my experience, the eldest got all the attention and care. Me, as the middle child, got that middle child syndrome. Okay, I wouldn't know. You can share then. What do you mean by middle child? If it's okay to share, like what is meant by middle child syndrome, because for sure I do not know about that. But I guess maybe I should ask my sister if she comes. Did she have anything called a middle child syndrome? Because now, because she's the middle child, I'm the eldest, and I have the youngest brother, and my sister is the middle child. So I must, if she comes on, I must ask her if she knows of anything called the middle child syndrome. But I know as the eldest gets the blunt for everything. If anything went wrong, I was blamed for it. And if it was not my fault, I was told that it is my fault because I should be taking care of the others and I should be seeing to them and I should be making sure that they are not doing something wrong and blah, blah, blah. So, whether you do something wrong, and even if you don't do something wrong, but your siblings do it, it's still your fault. So, and then as the eldest, uh, so many times, like we always see, like the younger ones, in a way, sometimes they suffer because they get all the hand me downs, right? They get the hand me downs. So let us say, I'm just saying, for example, I don't know, I as far as I remember, I don't think it happened in our family. Like I soon outgrew my things. My brother is 6 years younger than me. So because of that, I'm sure my parents did not keep my clothes for 6 years to, hand it down to my brother. But I guess in large families where they have like 7 kids, 8 kids, like kids are born practically every year, or every alternate year or something like that. So I've known in large families that the youngest, like the younger ones, always get all the hand me downs. Nothing new except on maybe some occasion, festivals or something. But otherwise, it's always the hand me downs. And even the baby dresses and all, because they don't last for long, right? So many keep the baby dresses and all that. I know they keep it, like, and then that is used for the next child. When the next child is born, then that child is dressed up in those baby clothes. So uh, I know about that. Okay, never close to your siblings. It all depends, but because I do not know. For example, when we are young and we are growing up together, I guess we are together, right? And we are together. And maybe when we grow up, then each one goes their separate ways for university, for further education, marriage. So then, in that case, the siblings could drift apart. Now, let us look at it in my life, okay? In my life. So, in my life, the first person to go abroad to work was my brother. He's 6 years younger than me, but he was the first one to go abroad to work. Then I went abroad. And it so happened that I went to the same place where he was. Just coincidence, not planned, just coincidence. So he was in Muscat already working in the restaurant at the reception. And then I happened to get a job also in Muscat. He stayed at the hotel. I had my own accommodation. We were a bit far from each other, like we had to take transport to go. I don't think he ever visited me in my place, but I have visited him very often. In fact, after work, practically, practically every day or every alternate day or something like that, I used to take transport from my school. It was halfway. My school was halfway between my home and his hotel, and he had accommodation in the hotel. So I used to go there, meet him, used to chat and all that, and then come away. Sometimes it depended on his shift. He would be free in the evening. Sometimes he would not be free. He would be working. We just have a little bit of a chat, and then I would come away. Because when I go back to my room, also, what will I do in my room? Nothing. So at least chat with my brother. My parents' attention were on the eldest and to the youngest, especially to the next to me, who is the only boy in the family. Okay, now I can understand what you mean by middle child syndrome. Yes, it is possible that the if you're three in the family, kind of, then yes, the eldest would get attention, the youngest would get attention, and maybe the middle one doesn't really have the attention like that. So yes, that's a possibility. But of course, like I said, I've been an eldest child, so only my sister will be able to say from her point of view what was her reaction. But in a way, like my sister and myself have always been very, very close together, very close. We have always been from young. And let some more people come. I will talk about childhood. I will talk about my childhood. About we are talking about first love, so we are talking about that theme itself. So I'll mention something more. Let's see if some more people come. I'll definitely mention. Otherwise, later on, I will mention about it. Just remind me in case I forget, Pita, that I have to talk about my sister and myself when we were growing up and when my brother was born. Okay, something to talk about that. So, yes, my sister and myself have always been together. My brother, I do not know what, but like I know he was 6 years my junior. And being a boy, I guess he would follow in my footsteps, right? You look up to an elder brother rather than look up to an rather to look up to an elder sister. You would identify yourself more with your elder brother. So I guess that is it. But whatever I did, he would do, and I think that infuriated me. That really infuriated me because I remember I used to collect marbles. So he started collecting marbles. With the result, he would want some of my marbles as well. Then, like, I started collecting stamps. I had a beautiful collection of stamps for so many countries and this, that. And then he also wanted to collect stamps. Hello, Mercy. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening. For us it is switched off my fan. So, Mercy, how are you doing, Mercy? Mercy, do you want to share anything on first love? And do you agree? Do you agree with what it says about you can have many first loves? Do you agree with that statement? You can have many first loves. What is your thought about it? Do you have any thought about it? Pita was sharing some thoughts about that. Don't forget to click the like. So Pita was talking about that. So my Mercy, can you uh, leave us your comments? What you think about the theme? Anything to share, Mercy? It's really hot over here. So I increased the fan from 1 point to 2 points. Don't forget to click on the like button. My mother's name is Mercy. My mother's name is Mercy. I was thinking about Steven, and then I realized Steven is now having he's now having the day shift. So his day shift is like from 5:30 morning to 5:30 evening. So when I start my live stream in the morning at 10 o'clock, it is 10 o'clock night for him. So he's already asleep. He goes to bed around 8 o'clock because he has to get up very early morning and be at work at 5:30. So when I start my live stream in the morning at 10 o'clock, it is 10 o'clock night, so he's sleeping. And then when I have my live stream at 5 o'clock in the morning, for him it is 5 o'clock in the evening. I mean, sorry, when I'm having my live stream at 5 o'clock in the evening, it is 5 o'clock morning for him. So that's the time he's on his way to work because 5:30 he starts work. So when he has the day shift, it's not possible for him to be on my live stream. I was just wondering. But in the mall, I was thinking in the mall, I was thinking about it, and then I realized at 10 o'clock morning is 10 o'clock night for him, so he's sleeping, and 5 o'clock evening is 5 o'clock morning for him, but he's on his way to work. 5:30 he starts work, so both ways he cannot be on my live stream. So when he finishes his day shift, then he'll have a couple of days off, maybe about 3 days off. So he will be on the stream, and then he can also be on the live stream when he has his night shift. So now I know why he's not there. I don't know what happened to Rodney and Kende. Rodney and Kenlin. I don't know what's happened. They have not come for a long time. I saw Rodney this morning on Rosemary's live stream, and her live stream was going on for many hours. When I logged in, it was already 4 hours. It was already 4 hours that they were on live stream. I see their thumbnails improving. They are now improving on the quality of their thumbnails. It's really good. It takes time. It takes time to do that. My morning thumbnail took about 45 to 50 minutes just to do the thumbnail and then to create the post, another 10 minutes. But this afternoon I was in a hurry, so I managed to finish it pretty fast. Because I'm lucky I did it, because I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to have time when I return. I'm not going to have time. And sure enough, I did not have time. So I sat down, I finished that, and posted it. Did I post it on the YouTube channel? I think I did. Yes, I did. No, I did not. Oh, see, I forgot about that. Oh, no wonder so many are not here. How did I forget that? I made the thing and I should have. Oh my God, silly me. I should have transferred it. I should have changed the thing on YouTube. My bad, my bad. So sad. Because that's when YouTubers and even non-YouTubers, they will be able to they get a notification for it. So this way now nobody had notification. So sad. So many hours have passed. My bad. Hmm. Anyway, anyway, what to sing? What to sing? I have a band of men, and all they do is play for me. Men come from miles around to hear them play a melody. Beneath the stars, my 10 guitars will play a song for you. And if you're with the one you love, this is what you'll do. Oh, dance, dance, dance to my 10 guitars. And very soon you'll know just where you are. To the eyes of love you'll see 1,000 stars. Oh, when you dance, dance, dance to my 10 guitars. So for my songs, they have not got any copyright strike but I don't know when YouTube will suddenly wake up. So just singing one bar of the song, I think, is more than enough. So my sister once sang this song, and she has a much better voice than me. I never knew she could sing, but she sang that much better than what I can sing. Anyhow, we are not professional singers, so we sing for our benefit, right? See how sad, I do not post it on YouTube, and therefore so many would not have received it. So many hours that passed. Very sad. Let's hope if somebody is on there, they would see it now. Even my community page, not many have watched it. So sad. I keep saying go and watch my community page, and you know. So Pita, if you're still there, I will tell you. I know you are still there, multitasking as usual. So I will tell you what I wanted to say. Now, when my brother was born, he was born in another city, and then we came home. So it was between my sister and myself. She's 1.5 year younger than me. So between my sister and myself, we had to take care of my brother. Oh yes, I remember a famous song my sister used to sing. We didn't have a cradle and all that, but we had a bed sheet, like a bed sheet, tied at the four corners to the roof of the house, to the roof of the house, and then we to the middle of the bed sheet we tied a rope, a cord, and we used to be pulling that, sitting on a chair or sitting on something, and we used to be pulling that to put him to sleep. So my sister used to do that, and she had a very famous song. Out in the garden each fine day, with my blah blah I love to play. Say, with my ball I love to play. I bounce my ball, I bounce my ball, I bounce my ball on each fine day. Then I play with my doll, I play with my tea set, I play with this, I play with that. So you know so and she used to be singing away. So mostly she was the one that was taking care of my brother, for sleeping time and things like that. Then when we used to go down to play, mom says, take your brother with you. Mom, he's so small, we have to carry him and all. I don't care. I have housework to do. My mom never used to work outside. She was only a housewife. Yeah, I have to work. I have to cook lunch. Then after that, I have to cook dinner for you all. When lunch is over, I'm cooking dinner for you, all of you. And then she used to cook like twice. And then I've got to wash up. I've got the laundry to do. And that time, no washing machines, all hand washing. So you take him. I cannot see to him. You take him down. So, okay, we take him down. So that means when my sister is playing, I have to take care of him. I cannot play. And when I have to play, then my sister takes care of him. So I clearly remember we made it. Each one will take care for 1 hour. So 1 hour we take care, and 1 hour you go and play. So in the beginning it was okay. 1 hour my sister, 1 hour for me. How we came to know 1 hour, don't ask, because we didn't have any watch at that time with us. Well, maybe we asked somebody what's the time or something like that, we would have done. I don't remember that part of it. But we must have asked some neighbor, somebody downstairs, what's the time. So after some time, I started one very nice game with my sister. So when let's say I'm looking after my brother, then suddenly I will go to my sister and say, come on, it's your time to take. She says, no, I just took care of him. It's not yet 1 hour past. No, no, no. Of course, 1 hour has passed. You're so busy playing, you don't know. Like I would say something like that. And then poor thing, she'll say, "Oh, okay, okay, sorry," and she'll tell the other friends, "I have to take care," and she will take care of my brother. And then after some time, she would come to me and say, "I think it is 1 hour," and I'm sure that it was even more than 1 hour. Okay, but then I would say, "No, no, no, it's not 1 hour past. Still some minutes left," and I would, do that and carry on playing. And poor thing will still be taking care of him. And then sometime I will go to her, or sometimes she will come again to me, and she will say, "Winston, okay, okay, 1 hour passed. Okay, then I will take over the brother." So I still remember that very clear. Hello, Filipino Unique. You just missed a nice childhood story of mine. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Angel. Thank you. So, this is with my sister. So today, when I think of it, I feel so, so bad for my sister. I feel so bad for my sister. I remember those days so clearly, So basically, I used to leave her with the baby. She was taking care of my brother, and she hardly got a chance to play. Of course, in a way, it was not like every evening. Sometimes my brother would sleep late, so we had a good chance to go down and play, and both of us enjoyed playing separately. And sometimes my brother, or if he got up, then my mom would call from the window. So we had a house that was facing this side, so the compound where we were used to play in the compound, so it was facing. So mom would just yell from the window, "Winston, Emily, come on, it's time to look after." My brother's name is Cecil. Cecil's woken up, so come on, take care of him. Then then starts the thing, who will go and first take care of him? Everybody is busy playing, right? And invariably, it was my sister. Poor thing. Today, when I think of it, how I bullied her. Pita Maya, I almost always meet accidents during play with my siblings. One time, I collapsed because a ball hit my chest, so my mom didn't really allow me to play with them. Okay, so you are prone to accidents. Is it till now also? No, I don't think so. Now I don't think so, because when I was there for how much? 10 days? No accidents with you, no mishap. Sometimes I played with them, but I am not actually part of the game, just a joker on the game. How sad. How sad. So you are something like ending up like my sister. So sad. Angel, my name is Winston, okay? My name is Winston. So, yes. Angel, do you want to share something about your first love, or do you believe in we can have many types of first loves? So, yes, that's the story about my sister and myself. Like, I feel so sad for her when I think of it today. Yes, that's good, Maya, because yes, you to protect you from getting hurt. Yeah, that's important. Filipina unique. Her name is Angelica, but most of the people and our viewers call her Lyca. 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 She spells Angelica with, I think, Lica. Angelica. Lica. But her nickname is like Lyca. Lyka. No, Lyca. Lyca. And I think, yeah. but I just prefer to call her Angel. The other day, she was doing a live stream in the province, and she was sitting outside, and she was on the live stream for more than an hour when I logged on. So I was there on a live stream. Then I started my live stream and I ended it that day in 1 hour. And when I looked, she was still on the live stream. And then after that, so I kept it on. And then I had an early lunch. And then I saw her cousin came along, Filipina wanderer, that is Anne. She came, and Anne is like a crackpot. Crackpot means like you said, the Joker. She's like the Joker, always full of fun. And then the whole situation changed. Angel went into the background and Anne was in front of the camera. And she will say things that will make you laugh, and you're laughing whole time, and she'll crack this joke and act something funny. And then she started to get up and walk around. Then she began to dance, and she and Angel were both dancing. And oh my God, I even commented on Angel's channel and I said, "Oh, Anne has come now, and now she has brought life to your channel. She has infused life into your channel." I commented because it became so lively, after that. Anne has always encouraged all of them. Anne has always encouraged. In fact, Angel's a younger sister, I think. I think Juna is younger than you, right, Angel? Juna is a year younger than you, isn't it? And I think she started a channel before you. Okay, Mercy says her parents were very protective of her. Mercy, do you have siblings? You have siblings? I'm the eldest. I have my sister who comes on the chat. She has started her YouTube channel. So my sister is 1.5 year younger than me, and my brother is 6 years younger than me. So do you have siblings, Mercy? So Mercy, do you have any siblings? Please don't forget to click on the like button. I remember when I had gone away to, I went very far away to do my teacher's training. It was a very far place. So when I went there, I know for the first Christmas holiday, first year Christmas holiday, I came. Oh, actually, not just Christmas holiday, but because it was a hill station, we would close in the month of December for Christmas. We would close, and then it would only open in the month of March. College would open only in the month of March. So every March was the intake. So I used to come home for the first year, and my mom used to tell me, he says, "Oh, Winston, you have to listen to this song because when you went away, I'm always listening to this song and singing it." And the song is 500 Miles. Maya, remembering that game, It. Everybody runs, and the It is going to catch somebody to become the next It. Oh my God, I can't imagine how I ran fast only to know no one is following me. They don't want you to get hurt, right? You're the Joker. They don't want you to get hurt, so nobody follows you. Otherwise, if you're running fast, there might be a problem. One second. My fan has gone off. Why? Okay. I loosened the plug by mistake. Yes, so that is why, Pita, they must have not chased you. And I can imagine you running when nobody is behind you. Yes, we also played that game, but we used to call it tag. Tag. You tag somebody, tag somebody. We used to call it tag. So we also played that game. How funny, different countries, but the same game has been played. And we used to also play that game called hopscotch with a flat stone, and you have those 9 squares, right? 9 different squares. One, two, three, then four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, and then you turn around. So hopscotch it was. So yes, I remember. But we used to call this game tag. And that the game about the cow that you said, that also very nice. Something buka, no? Some buka or something like that. Something buka. You said there were two names. So yeah, that game also I remember. We used to play that also. Luksong Tinik or Luksong Baka. Luksong Tinik or Luksong Baka. And you said in your area you call it Luksong Baka. I remembered because, Pita, what happened was I said that's a nice game, to put it onto my video. And while I said, okay, I will make a video from my phone in the mall when I was sitting in the mall, I said, let me use this as for my third video. Let me use this time. In fact, I planned to use this time in the mall uh, before I do my shopping to make a third video. And then I chose another one, and then something went wrong with that. Then I had to start all over again. And then suddenly I saw this one, and I said, "Oh, why don't I use this one with the kids playing? It's a nice game." And ask if people remember, people now in other countries, like, also. So if they remember this game, did they play it in their country? So I started taking the screenshot for my third video in my new channel, and everything was done and ready. And then I went to write the description. So when I wrote the description, then that time I was thinking, now what was the name you said in Philippines it is? So that's when I went to your WhatsApp, and then I saw the name. So now when I open my phone to WhatsApp, straight away it was that message of yours. That's why I was able to read it immediately. So I made the video, and when I changed the introduction, when I changed the introduction and saved it, suddenly it struck me when I was watching the video again how it is. Suddenly the thought struck me, oh, these are kids. I cannot put it up because you need special permission. If somebody sees, they may not like it, they will object. So I said, oh my God. And like I've written there, thank you, Pita, for the contribution. So immediately I deleted the video then. But I got the screenshots. But screenshots, it's okay. I'm not advertising for them, and you cannot really see because they are just a small part of the whole screenshot, right? They're just a small picture, like. So that way. So I'll just use that. But I deleted the video then. I said, oh my God, I cannot use that as a video for my channel. Even I tried to use when those two girls who are with you, y'all were scraping coconut. What was it about the coconut? Scraping the coconut out. Yes, Maya, very sad. So that would have been a nice thing, to show and get people to comment like, "Have you played this game before?" Because I was so shocked when you sent it to me, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "I don't remember the name, but yes, we played this game." And then I told you about the other game that we played. So that was good fun. That was good fun. Purposely, like we used to come running and jump high and follow, and we would choose the weakest boy. They would try to put the weakest boy in front and the weakest boy in the middle, something like that, depending on how many players were in each team. And like a dragon, everybody would be holding on to each other's waist and form along this, and we used to come running. So they used to put the weaker boys in front, so we cannot run and then leap and jump right in front, kind of, but we used to target the weaker boys. Some of us were good, we could, depending on how many kids we were passing, but we could jump. And then the worst was when we used to be selecting the teams. It was like two captains, and each one will have a turn to choose. So one of the people, this was one game where the fat people, they really had a place in the team. Why did they have a place in the team? They really cannot run and jump and go right in front. They cannot do that. At the most, they would go on the last boy, correct? They would be able to just about jump on the last boy. But they will be strong, right? When they are bending down, they would be strong. If somebody jumped on them, they would be strong. So, like, you jump as though you're sitting on a horse, like, jump and sit down. So, and then you're jumping with force, because if you jump high and then come down, you're coming with force. So those poor people are struggling, half falling. They are moving side by side. The legs are bending, and then they are trying to stand up with your weight on their back. And sometimes you're like, we will move in front to the shoulder area so somebody else can come and jump on the back. So then that poor fellow has to carry like the weight of two people. So that was the game. And if they fell, they broke the chain by falling, then finished. The team lost. Then they were again to do it, and we had to, uh, you know, carry on. And if we all finished successfully we this, then we got 1 point also. But then we used to also be the we used to be the do the bending, and they would have the chance to jump. So it was one turn each, but there were points. But if they fell, then no, they have to do it again if they fell. But if all of us jumped without any of them falling, breaking the chain, then that way no problem. They could uh, it will be their turn after we finished. Oh, hi Del. Hi Del. Nice to see you. Yes, Del, it's your working time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. and very soon it will be your lunchtime, right? 6 o'clock, in another hour or so, it should be your lunchtime. I mean, your time for lunch in another hour, 12 o'clock lunchtime. So, yes, so, Pita, that game reminded me of the game we used to play. I forget what name that was also. No, I mention the name? I forget now. So, did you all play the game hopscotch? I don't know if it was called some other name in your country. I subscribed and I used to watch. I forget which country. Oh my gosh, it's in South India. I think it's in South India. I've not seen a video of theirs for quite some time. Though I had subscribed to it, I don't know what's the name also. I haven't seen it for a long time. What new games they invent just for fun. But what new games? Really nice, very nice game. You know how we play musical chairs? How we play musical chairs? So they had, I remember this one game. So there is a round circle, and that circle is pretty large. But as people come out, as people get out, the circle will get smaller and smaller. They will close in, they will close in. And then finally, it is just two people. It is just two people. So I am standing. Okay, all of us are standing in a big long circle, in a round circle, and I have a long bamboo stick with me. A long bamboo stick with me. Okay, it depends. It could be like taller than me for sure. All right, so let's say it's around 6 feet. Okay, so they have a bamboo pole like that. So I'm holding the bamboo pole. Now they will play the music. So just like musical chairs, so they play the music. So what will they do when they play the music? I will leave the bamboo pole to one side. It goes in around clockwise. So I will leave it one side. So the other person has to catch hold of it. And then he leaves it. And then, wait 1 minute. No, no, not that way. Sorry. What it is that I will leave the bamboo pole and I will run to the next fellow. So it's like partly like baseball also, right? So while the music is playing, I will leave the pole, but I have to leave it in his direction, not opposite direction, right? So if I'm running anti-clockwise, then I leave the direction clockwise direction. So I leave it to be falling on that direction. So I will run to the next fellow. He will run there. He will run. But this fellow, who is on my left-hand side, he has to run quickly to me and catch hold of that bamboo. The bamboo will remain where I am. So he has to catch hold of the bamboo and then stand where I am, because I have run to the next position on the right hand side. And from the left hand side, he has come to, he catches hold of the bamboo. So the bottom of the bamboo is still in my circle, right? The bamboo of uh, the bottom of the bamboo is still here. Only the top of the bamboo is falling. So he has to catch the top of the bamboo or anywhere, and then he has to come to my position where I was standing. He has to come there and hold the bamboo. Yes, that is what it was. And then that way he will leave the bamboo, and then the next person. So you have to keep running till the music stops. Or what, the music stop? No, I think no, till somebody misses. Yes, it was till somebody misses. So the music used to play till somebody misses, because sometimes you might be a little late, and then the bamboo will hit the floor. Or sometimes you try to reach out, but your fingers hit the bamboo. Instead of catching it, your fingers hit the bamboo, and the bamboo flies and falls. Then you are out. Then one person less. So then the circle will get a little closer, because it has to be the length of the bamboo. It cannot be more than that. It has to be at least the length of the bamboo, or little less than the length of the bamboo. So something like this, I remember. What a unique game, really. Very unique that game is. Pita, start that game in Philippines with your students. With your students, start that game. So I'm holding the bamboo. And music is playing. I guess the music just plays for that. Or I don't know whether in the village they were playing on the drum or something like that. But like, it starts, and I leave it in the opposite direction. I will run. I leave it there and I run to the next person. And the person on my left will come running to me and try to catch the bamboo and then bring it back to where I was standing. So he will hold the bamboo there. So like that, the circle goes inner and inner and in. And then finally there are just two people left. And then, they throw the bamboo and they have to run to each other. So like, when you're throwing the bamboo, one fellow throws the bamboo and then you run and you have to catch it. Oh my God, I tell you. Yeah, I forget, in fact, how the last two works because if I'm throwing it and running, then I am going to catch it again, and it will always be me trying to catch it. So I forget now how the last two people, what did they do for the last two people? I'm trying to think. I saw that once, many months back. How are the last two people? How did it work? I'm not too sure, but okay, or maybe that somebody would stand in the middle with the bamboo, and it was left up to him to throw it left or right. He would throw it left or right, and the two people would start running. So if he threw it right, then that person would have to hold the bamboo, and if he threw it the other side, then this person who's running would have to catch the bamboo. I think then it was like that. I'm just thinking, but that's the only plausible explanation, right? So I think that is it. And then whoever missed it, then I think that was tougher. But anyhow, okay, you also played hopscotch. You call it pico. Pico. Okay. The nine squares, right? Nine squares. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. And then you jump and turn back and come with one leg hopping, then two legs, then one leg hopping back again. So very unique, like nice to see that, some games are so common in other countries as well. And these are like childish kiddies games, like it's not like big sporting games, like so it is common, like cricket or soccer or those kind of games. All right, they are like international level, but these little small games, it's so nice to know like they were played and now different names, of course. Dell, if anytime you can just put in a comment or two, if it is possible, let us hear something from your side also. Some kind of games when you were young or anything you want to talk about first love. Because like Dell, what I said, I put over there first love, but can we have many first loves? Can we have many first loves? So I had given an explanation earlier about I feel we can have many first loves, and I gave like what I my thoughts were on that. So just wanting to know what are other people's thoughts about that. And then, like, it's something that you talk about general. We're not asking to name and where and what and how and wherefore and why and all that. We're not asking all that, right? So there's nothing personal from that point of view. You can just say something general. And like many people, for example, they are still in school days. They are still in school, and then they have a crush on somebody, and then from a crush, they begin kind of dating. But they are still in school. They are still very young, and many of them have gone on to university and all, and then they have married. Other cases have been like they were in school and they were like very good friends, like almost like in love with one another, and then they separated, they went away. After years later they came together again, They came to know each other, and then again they picked up from where they left off, and then they got married. So I will tell you a case, and this is a true thing. I'll tell you a case about one person. So, you don't have to say names, you don't have to say where, what, how, why. But this person was friendly with many, many boys. Okay, she was friendly with many, many boys. And we were very good family friends, very good family friends. So, because we were good family friends, she had a brother as well, one boy, a girl, and then one boy. So, brother and sister they were. Parents were very nice, Anglo Indians also. So he had even worked in UK, and then when he came back to India, he was working again in the oil for Shell. He was working for Shell. So no, I wasn't. She was not my girlfriend, and yes, she was in the same school as myself. And no, she was not really a school friend of my sister, but they were good family friends because we were in the same school, and their house was overlooking the school grounds, and we used to have sports day and all that there. So they didn't need to come to the school from their balcony. They would be able to watch the sporting events and see, and they would have a good view because they up there in the balcony, top floor. So they would get a good view of everything, like whatever is happening. And we never had a TV in our house. We never had a TV in our house, so we used to go to their house to watch TV. So we were good family friends there. So she had many boyfriends. And last, she had one boyfriend, Anglo Indian fellow, very nice. She also very fair, very white she was. And that guy also was very fair, white skinned fellow, very fair. And nice, hair, brownish color, hair he had like, and very nice he looked, handsome guy and all. Anyhow, long story short, finally she ended up marrying somebody else. And I won't say anything more about that, but then they migrated. They had a kid, and then many, many years later, she lost her husband. He passed away. And coincidentally, she met a childhood friend of hers. So I do not know from where he was because I do not know him. If he was in our school or something, I would have known. But supposedly a childhood friend she met again. And now, internet, and also we met so many of our friends, right? So she met, and then he professed his love for her. And he said that from the time they knew each other as young kids, he always liked her a lot. And then he really began to love her also. But she used to be friendly with so many other people. And then he heard she had got married, like many, many years later, he heard like she had got married and migrated. And like now, when they came in touch with each other, like now, like she said, like, no, my husband has passed away. So again, they became friends, and they got married. So all these years, he had never married. She got married, she went away, she had many boyfriends, but he had never married because he had loved her so much. He never got married to anybody else. And though they never were in touch with each other, nothing, he's still like, surprising, right? Very surprising. So first love. So, so yes, shocking things like this do happen. I don't know how somebody would, you know, love somebody to that extent that never get married again to anyone else, never get married to anybody, just in the hope that one day he would meet her again. Hats off to him. Hats off to him. Unbelievable. Oh, talking about unbelievable. You must have seen this. You must have seen this somewhere or the other. So there is a man, and his name is Unbelievable. So every time when people are calling him Unbelievable, he used to get irritated. He used to get so mad. So one day he was very sick, and he knew that he will pass away at any time. So he told his wife, I forget exactly what the wordings were, but I hope I come out with it correctly. But he told his wife, he said that when I die, on my tombstone, I don't want you to write my name Unbelievable. I don't want you to write my name at all. I'm so tired of this. I don't want people passing by and saying, oh, unbelievable. So I don't want them. I lived through my whole life. Now, in death, also, I do not want that to happen. So she said, okay. He said, you write any other words on my tombstone, but you will not write my name Unbelievable. So she said, okay. So when he died and he was buried, and then the tombstone was erected and all, as people are passing by, they would read the words on the tombstone and they would say, Unbelievable. But she did not write his name. But they would read the words on the tombstone and they would say, Unbelievable. So, what did the words on the tombstone say? I don't remember exactly, but it said something like, this was the best man, the most faithful man in the whole world. And he never ever looked at any other woman except his wife. Something like, along those lines. And so when people passed by, they said, Unbelievable. So though he did not want his name to be written on the tombstone, people still kept saying Unbelievable. My headphones also has these cable. It has a USB. It has a USB cable, and it also has these two. Yeah. So the joke about unbelievable. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it on the internet. If that thing is on the internet, and then get the exact words. If that would be better. Internet is really remarkable, isn't it? Okay. Okay, here's the joke, okay? This is what it is. There was a guy whose name was Unbelievable. He was married to a very nice woman for years. Both of them were a very contented couple. One day, when he was very old and sick, he said to his wife, my dear wife, I lived with this weird name all my life. Now that I am dying, I want you to promise me one thing. You will not put my name on the graveyard stone. You can put anything, but not my name. So his wife kept her promise after he died and wrote the following. So this is what she wrote on his grave. Here lays a faithful husband who never cheated on his wife. Every passerby who read it said, it is unbelievable. Here lays a faithful husband who never cheated on his wife. And poor guy, he never cheated. But everybody said, it is unbelievable. Oh my God. I saw it in picture form. I saw it in picture form with something written. But see, I just googled for the joke. I just googled for the joke, and it came up. Story of unbelievable. Internet is remarkable, right? Today's internet is remarkable. Everything is at the touch of a button. You just have to type in something, and it's there for you. And I can imagine now with AI, right? With AI, I can imagine with AI what it is like. Yes, there are some things that are nice. They make us laugh. They are good. Some jokes are really silly, but I never like posting jokes and all that on Facebook and social media. Very rarely, maybe if something is really worth it, then maybe, but not otherwise. And I can tell a joke very, very with a very poker face. I can tell a joke, and everybody can be laughing, but I will be poker faced. Stephen, Maya, I just saw this comment by you. The coconut was done by my students. What coconut? This? Ah, they made some sweet or something. They made out of that coconut. That's why they were scraping the coconut. But Pita, I think whatever they prepared out of the coconut must have been very little, because I think most of the coconut was going in their stomach while scraping. And you also, I think you didn't notice it when I brought it to your attention. You said, "Oh yes, in the video they are caught eating the coconut." So yeah, that's that. So uh, yes, Adele, that is London weather, right? London weather. You have to carry your umbrella wherever you go out. These are all things I've only heard, like from the time I'm a kid. Like I've only heard. Just now, the incident I mentioned about that Anglo-Indian family who lived opposite. We used to go to watch TV in their house, and good family friends. He, believe me, Del. Now he's talking about his time when he was a young man. All right, when he was a young man. So he had gone to work also on the oils or somewhere. He went to work, and early morning, he would make sure he carried a newspaper to work. and he would read the newspaper to get the news. And believe it or not, Del, like he said, it was so strange when people saw him bringing a newspaper and reading it. They all would come, like during the break or whenever they were off, like they would come and sit with him and ask him to read it out to them because they did not know how to read or write English. This is in London. This is in London, what I'm talking about, in London. They did not know how to read and write, those workers. And I think in a way, I think that could be a possibility, because so he used to read it out to them, like all the important news. So, because I always think of the lady, I always think of the movie My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady. The name of the movie was My Fair Lady, but the book was Pygmalion. Pygmalion, written by George Bernard Shaw. Pygmalion. I think it is George Bernard Shaw, if I remember correctly. At one time, I did study that book, Pygmalion. And so when I saw the movie, I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. It was so much better watching a movie than reading the book. And oh my God, the names are on the tip of my tongue. Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn acts as Eliza Doolittle. Eliza Doolittle. Audrey Hepburn acts as that. And oh, this fellow is such a good actor, who took the place of the linguist, the linguist who was teaching Eliza English, to speak proper English. Other, she was speaking Cockney accent, and she was a flower girl in the London market. So, uh, he says, "I will pass her off as a duchess." He takes on a challenge that he will pass her off as a duchess. Rex Harrison. Rex Harrison. Trying to think, he's so famous. Rex Harrison. What good acting. What good acting. I even bought a video of that My Fair Lady. I bought a video, and I had that video for many, many years. But finally, when I was moving, from Dubai to Canada, I just threw all those out. I had so many movie tapes and all. Now everything is available on the internet, right? What's the point of keeping all my audio cassettes? I had so many audio cassettes, so many video cassettes. I threw them all in the dustbin. You have to huge dustbins, right? So I just threw them all in the dustbin. Only some videos we had of our kids and all that. So that those videos, like, I kept it. I have an audio with the children's voices when they were young children, when they were very young. So I have that somewhere with me in Canada now. So that one, what I used to do, now I've not done it for a long time. I think next trip I will do that and find it. So I will always record it on another one and record it on another one, so that because if you keep one tape so many years, they will stick together, and then the tape will get damaged and you will not have it. So I always kept. Now I should play it. I should play it and record it and keep it as a voice in my voicemail folder. Yeah, I should be doing that. I should have done this years ago. Now I'm thinking of it. Can you believe it? Now I'm thinking I should play it and get it recorded on my phone, and then I can save that audio. So have the tape and also have it on file. I'll do that the next time I go. So there also they show, London weather, always raining, raining, raining. Beautiful movie, beautiful movie. Rex Harrison and Audrey Hepburn. And the person who plays the father of Audrey Hepburn, what, Mr. Pickering, I think the name was. No, Doolittle. She was Eliza Doolittle, and he was Pickering Doolittle or something like that. And lovely songs. It was a musical one. Lovely songs, lovely songs. It was lovely songs. So there's the famous song with him singing, and he's walking around the pub and drinking, and oh my God, bachelor's party like, and then ending up with two females and all that. And I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Let's let's pull the stopper. Let's have a whopper. But get me to the church. Yes, get me to the church. Yes, get me to the church on time. Because he's drinking. Pull out the stopper, have a good whopper, but get me to the church on time. And they show him all scruffy and all he's coming to the church. So some real nice songs in there. And then I forget the name, of course, of the man who was a really linguist, and this was at a grand ball, and he goes round and he says, "Oh, this one put on accent. Originally, this person is from so and so country," and he would say that. And he was a student of Rex Harrison. He was a student of Rex Harrison. So when he heard that, oh, Rex Harrison has now brought a Duchess, he said, I want to check out this Duchess. And how much he tries. In the beginning, Rex Harrison tries to find some excuse not to let him, stay with Eliza. But then finally he tells, and he had a very good friend also. And the friend laid on a bet with him actually that I lay a bet with you if you can pass her off as a Duchess. Because he used to keep saying, oh, you see that woman, like, low caste, low down, I can make her into a Duchess. Because at one time he's standing in the beginning, he's standing around a pillar, and she's singing a song. She's singing a song, and then when she stops, but she notices him looking at her every time wherever she's going, and he's making notes. So she asks him, "What are you making notes?" So phonetically, he says how she was, the words that she was pronouncing. So he repeats it phonetically, and he said, that is not how you say it. This is how you say it. And he was saying it in the correct way, like, how you need to pronounce that word. But he was saying it how she pronounced it, like, and he said, ah, awful. But he says he can easily make her into a Duchess, pass her off as a Duchess. So this linguistic guy, finally, Rex Harrison tells his friend, I will throw her to the wolves. Let her go. Let him come. And in the end, he tells the king and the queen, like, the duchess or whoever, the Dutch and duchess or whoever it was, the duke and duchess. Sorry, what Dutch and duchess? What is wrong with my English? So the duke and duchess, or I don't know who was at the ball. And he says, in the end, he says, "Oh, this one is royalty. She's got this background and that background, and everything from her accent he's able to." But he never knew that she was one of those flower girls in the London market, common flower girl in the London market who did not speak proper English at all. Uh, the other day, the other day, hello, Alex. How are you, Alex? Alex, thanks for that information. Thanks for that information. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. So thanks for that information, because I was really nervous and scared. That's why, Alex, I want an email. I want an email because I said there are many things I want to discuss with you, but it's not right to be discussing on open channel, like, comments. It's not. That's why I said make an email and send it to me. Many other things I want to discuss with you. So yeah, so that is it. So you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I didn't, and I will inform him. I don't want to go ahead with the deal. I'll tell him I don't want to go ahead with the deal. So anyhow, let's leave it and not talk about that here. So just find an email if you want. I keep asking you so many times, but it's not forthcoming. Anyway, it's okay. So Yeah, very good movie this is. So the other day, what happened? I was searching for some movie, and suddenly this song, some songs I was searching for, and suddenly this song popped up, and I looked at the song, and it said from My Fair Lady. And when I looked at this guy, I said, "Oh my God, yeah!" And I looked at the title of the song. I said, "Oh yes, I remember this. It is quite a nice song." I said, "Okay, let me see it." So when I just saw it, I think it was just about 2 or 3 days ago. What a coincidence! I'm talking about My Fair Lady, and it was just about 2 or 3 days ago that I saw this song. And this guy is a young guy, and he is in love with Eliza Doolittle. He is in love with her, but he never gets an opportunity, like to profess his love for her. And then he comes to our house, and he comes with a big bouquet of flowers, and he's starting to sing the song. Then he rings the doorbell, and they have the housekeeper. In those days they used to have the housekeeper coming. So the housekeeper comes. The housekeeper is most usually a nice tubby lady, short tubby lady. So she comes, and he says, "Oh, madam." Then there's some talking dialogue in between the song. He said, "Oh, could you please give this bouquet of flowers to Eliza Doolittle and tell her," I forget his name now in the movie, and he says, "Tell her that so and so has come." And she says, "Okay, wait a minute." She closes the door, goes, and he still carries on singing the song. And then he comes down the stairs. He's dancing on the street, and people are looking at him like as though he's crazy as he's singing the song. And then she opens the door, so he goes back, and she tells him, "Oh, I'm very sorry," but Eliza says she's doesn't want to see anybody at all. So he said, "Okay, that's okay, tell her, no problem." And then he goes back and he starts singing and all that. I really love that movie, and I am going to see that movie. Usually, when I'm having lunch, I'm always watching a Netflix movie when I'm having lunch or dinner. Uh, Sometimes breakfast, but breakfast I finish quickly. But lunch and dinner, I take my time. Usually, I take my time and I watch a movie. So I take even longer time than that. So I decided, I said, I must see this movie one day, and then I can see it in bits and pieces also. But it's a very nice movie, My Fair Lady. And the name of the book is Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw. So sorry, Alex, you have a frozen shoulder. Yes, you said you are sick. Yeah, you said you are sick. I was wondering what happened. Maybe the Pangasinan trip was too much. But frozen shoulder, that is painful. That's bad. Very bad. To turn here, turn there, bend down. I know frozen shoulder is really bad. You can put some kind of compression, right? You can put some kind of hot compression or something like that, and take some medication. It should become okay soon. But I think you got this for quite a long time then, I think. Del, have you ever had a chance to see this movie, My Fair Lady? So yes, so that uncle, like we used to call him uncle, so he used to say how he had to read the newspaper to the workers. They knew how to work the machines, they knew how to do all that, but they didn't know how to read and write English, only speak English. So when I first saw the movie My Fair Lady in the theater, at that time I remembered, oh my gosh, yes, this uncle used to say like this. I love the way they used to dress in those days. I love the way they used to dress. Very nice. The men always in swallowtail coats and with like the bow tuxedo or bow or something, but swallowtail coats and those top hats. And they still do it at the racing, I think. You're right, Dell, in London and all, at the race course, at the racing, you still find people dressing up and coming like that with, I don't know till today, but with flared coats, with flared dresses. They wear like that buckram type inside so that the dress stands out, and the little parasol, the little fan like they keep going around with. So I don't know whether they still do it today, but I know they used to still be doing it that way because the because the Sheikh of Dubai, okay, Sheikh Maktoum, was it Sheikh Maktoum? One of the Sheikh, I think Sheikh Maktoum. My sister, if she was here, she would be able to correct me. So he had race horses, and his horses used to take part in the derby in London, in the London derby. His horses used to take part in the derby. And when they used to show him dressed at the race course, you would never say he's this Arab guy in this white kandura that the Arabs wear, like, with that white turban that they wear. You will never believe and say that it is him. He would be dressed. Now, I'm talking, of course, in the 1900s, okay? I'm talking in the 1900s. So he used to be dressed at the London Derby in London. He used to be dressed in this swallowtail coat with the long top hat and like a kind of a wand in their hand, that baton type wand. And the other ladies used to be dressed also in stylish English dresses and all, like. So I'm talking about in the 90s, all right, early 90s. Like I went to Dubai in 1992, and I was in Dubai till 2011, 19 years. So I'm talking about in the early 90s. I've seen, videos of him at the London Derby, and he's dressed like that. He's dressed so right till those years, they were still being dressed like that. I do not know today. I do not know today how they are at the Derby or any prestigious things like that. But in the 1990s, early 1990s, I can safely say that yes, they would be dressing at that time because I've seen videos of it. I've seen videos of Sheikh Maktoum and at the London Derby for, with his horses there. And he used to be dressed like this, and many others were dressed like that. Many other of the gents and the ladies, they had this typical English, old English, uh, dresses they used to wear, outfits. So Del, maybe later on, sometime you can, any other time later on, you can put a comment and do let me know, like, how is it today? How is it today? Is it still the same tradition? Is it still kept on or no? My watch hours are still low. It's not always I have many watch hours, Alex. Last my watch hours was 625, and today it went up to 633. And I was telling Pita in the beginning of my live stream, I was telling Pita, I am a little disappointed because this morning on my live stream I had 11 point something, almost 12 hours. And later on, people have watched the replay. So I saw it went up to 13 point something. Okay, my watch hours for today's video. This morning's live stream, only this morning's live stream went up to 13 point something. Let me just check now and see like what is it showing now. My morning live stream. No, I have to go to my morning's video. Yes, my morning's live stream was showing 13.3, 13.3. So it's count 13, okay? And my yesterday evening's live stream, it showed uh, it showed 6 hours. One second, let me just check. I got an Excel sheet, an Excel sheet with I just keeping tags of it. No, yesterday evening's video also we had a very nice time. Yesterday's evening video I had 9 hours, 9 hours. But later on it must have gone higher. I don't know whether how much higher it went. Let me just check. Uh, Uh, 50. Okay, let me just see how much I had ending. Okay, how much was the ending? It may not be now, but like I know I had 9 hours on my live stream yesterday evening, and I had 11 hours this morning. So that means 20 hours, right? Yesterday's live stream last night and this morning. Because my thing gets updated at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I realized on the app it updates at 3 o'clock, but on my laptop it updates at 5 o'clock in the evening. But one day I realized that at 3 o'clock it's updating on the app. So I should have got 20 hours, but I got only 8 hours. I got only it was 625, and today it was showing 600 in the evening. Now it was showing 633. So 25 to 33, only 8 hours. Why? My live stream itself was 20 hours. Then plus many people are watching my old videos, so there would be some watch hours from there as well. So I should have got 20 watch hours from yesterday to today, but YouTube shows only 8 hours extra. I don't understand why. But okay, what can I say, Andrew? So definitely my watch hours have increased from the time I'm doing live stream. Some days they are good. The other day I had nobody. Pita was busy. So two people just came, said hi, and they must have disappeared. And there was only me and my second stream, my second channel. So okay, Del, enjoy about your lunchtime. Del, I said something in my video. I don't know if you heard it in my live stream. Sorry if you heard it. But how do people dress at the London Derby? If you have any idea, at the London Derby nowadays, how do people dress? Because in the early 1900s, in the early 1990s, in the early 1990s, they were still dressing in their swallowtail, the swallowtail jackets, coats, and the long top hats and all. They were still dressing like that at the London Derby, and the women were dressing in those old Elizabethan times, like how they used to dress. They were dressing in that kind of fashionable, the flared kind of dresses and all. They were still dressing in that, and the men were all in swallowtail coats and the top hats and all that, and the feather in the hat and all those kind of things. So I'm just curious. I was talking about the movie, so do let me know, how do they dress now? Are they still dressing like that way? Are they still dressing that way, or how are they dressing like nowadays at the London Derby? So maybe you don't visit the races, but if you see pictures, they put pictures and all that. So you might know about it. So do let me know, Del. I'm interested to. You can put it as a comment over here if you want later on. Put it as a comment here. So I hope you do that. Okay, you just got back from a massage. I guess the massages would help nowadays. There are all different types of massages. So I guess a massage would help as well. I don't know. Acupuncture also helps, but you have to find a real good Chinese guy who knows his work. And acupuncture also helps a lot. So, Alex, hope you get well soon, because I know it's very painful and very uncomfortable. Very painful and very uncomfortable. So, Alex, since you are here now, I will just mention, I will not be coming to Philippines in the month of March. Okay, because I'm not making a trip to Canada. I'm not making a trip to Canada as I planned originally to make a trip to Canada, and then I would have come to Thailand and packed up and come there to Philippines. So my plans have changed now. I'm not going to Canada, and I'm getting an accommodation in Cebu. I'm getting a nice accommodation in Cebu. I love the place. I love the picture of the place I've seen. I love the place. It's not in the province, it's in the city, but it's okay because anyhow, the only time I will really go out is weekly, once a week for marketing. That's what I would do. Once a week, I would go for marketing, and maybe I would go around to do some shooting video. Of course, there's so many videos, but there is also so many things I could shoot videos about, right? So I would go for that reason and shoot videos. But apart from that, like I'm okay to stay at home 24/7. Like I'm okay with that. So so as of now, that place is only going to be available in the first week of June. It will be available in the first week of June. So if I go to Cebu now, end of this month, the third week of this month, if I go, that means I'll be staying somewhere for about 2.5 months and getting used to that place. And then again, I have to move and go somewhere else. So what I decided was, uh, I will not do that. Maybe I will go back home and then from there I will come directly. So that is the plan. So March I will not be there. So we are coming almost to 1 hour. We are coming almost to 2 hours. I will just put in a little thank you note. I will just put in a little thank you note and focus of the discussion today changed from the theme to other things. I think many are not comfortable because they are only thinking first love means boyfriend girlfriend love. So no, if you replay the live stream, you will see the opinions that I have given about first love. And can we have many first loves? Yes, I have my interpretation of having many first loves. So I've given that. So all right. So 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 I've just written like, thank you everyone. Another good end to a bad start because uh, I thought maybe in maybe 1 hour I will have to close down, but then many people started coming after that, like, little by little, many started coming. And there's been a lot of interaction in this last, half an hour, a lot of interaction. So, yes, I'm very happy. I'm very happy about, how it was going. But in the beginning, I was just wondering, and uh, coincidentally, the same thing happened this morning, except for Pita that was on my live stream. No, my sister came first, then came Pita, and after that, like I think there was nobody for a long time, and then God knows so many people came, and it ended up very well, and they stayed on my live stream for a long time because judging by the hours that I got, like 11 hours, that means those few people stayed longer time on my live stream. So uh, it was really surprising. It picked up very well, and so same thing has happened now also, and the focus changed to many other subjects, many other subjects. I better write subjects instead of things. So just remember in your prayers, uh, Just remember in your prayers to uh, remember Martha and Stephen. Remember Rusty, Murdana, and Nair. Just remember them in your prayers because they have not been keeping too well. So just to remember them in your prayers. Okay. So thank you everybody for being over here. I'm really happy. We had another nice discussion, and I know it's eating time, or maybe many have finished their dinner in Philippines, and Dell also it's lunchtime in London. So I'm also feeling hungry, so it's my dinner time as well. So let me rush off and have something to eat. So take care. Love you all, and God bless.